Welcome back to Bayou City Geeks, episode 46. I'm your co-host, Bobby Behar, and with me always is...
Jason Elliott.
All right, so this is going to be I always say it's going to be a short episode because we have DC Fandome coming up soon. We want to cover that, but we inevitably make them long. Okay, so we've got a few quick hits. I finished Last of Us 2. Jason has been playing the Avengers Beta. At the end of Last of Us 2, I'm going to give it an A. I thought it was really thought-provoking and made me really understand both sides. I know you haven't finished it.
I had it spoiled for me anyway, but, you know, and I haven't really played it all the way through. I've seen, like, bits and pieces. I tried not to have it spoiled, but I did, and, you know, I understood. Oh, excuse me. I understood the ending.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the thing is, you know, when Ellie gets back to her home, her wife and baby are gone.
And the end of Last of Us 2 shows what vengeance eventually leads you to, because Ellie's living a good life. She's got the child. She's got the wife. She's happy.
Got the
Tommy's
life.
Tommy's the one that can't let it drop. You know, I understand, you know, your brother gets killed and you want vengeance. I get that. And he inevitably draws Ellie back into it. Ellie hunts him down. But her wife says, if you leave, I'm gone. It wasn't an empty threat. She left. And so Ellie gets back, and all her stuff is in one bedroom, and she just ends up leaving. And so it all made sense at the end. It's a sad ending. I mean, there is no happy ending in this world, so there you go. So I give it an A. I thought it was fantastic. Both Last of Us games were fantastic and brilliant and really well done. Really well done. So you're playing Avengers. How's Avengers?
You know what? The Avengers Beta is good. I mean, quelled a lot of my fears about the game. It looks good. I mean, it plays well. I mean, the only thing is there's some, I guess, disputes or there's some worry about the powering, the leveling up. And that the fact that, you know, like a lot of the cosmetic changes, it's not like it is in Spider-Man where you get different suits that have different powers and everything.
Right.
You know, they make each one of them different, which is very awesome. But it's kind of like when you're, you know, you have, and we haven't really seen all that's, you know, it's just a beta. It's more like a demo. And a lot of people are saying, well, you know, like when they power up, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. You know, like the different costumes you can get.
Right.
No, it's just the skin. That's all it is.
Now, do you think with what people have been saying about the beta, they'll push it back a bit further?
I'm not too sure. I mean, the thing is, you know, it comes out September 4th, and that's, you know, you got NBA 2K, you know, 21 that comes out that day. So that, you know, it's going to be a big day for games. I'm not too sure. I mean, you know, the thing is they have some time to correct things. You know, they're going to, I mean, this game here is going to be worked on right up until the
release. Up to the very,
And I didn't like playing as Iron Man. I mean, Iron Man was, I mean, some of the flying.
Who's been your character?
My character, my favorite ones have been Miss Marvel, Thor, and Black Widow.
All right.
There's a section in there where Black Widow, and I like Hulk too. I mean, he's a tank. I mean, that's just what he. But you know, Widow has been pretty good. I mean, she and the Taskmaster have like a little battle and everything, and it's pretty cool.
Okay.
You know, Widow is formidable, and so is the Taskmaster. And you know, there's a lot of like the multiplayer stuff. You know, they previewed that they give you a look at too, and you get to play, and you get to play with other people.
Okay.
And that's been pretty cool. I mean, you know, we don't see too much of the story. It tells you how George Tarleton becomes MODOK.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like Cap too. Cap is very, very good. I mean, you know, the shield throwing and his hand-to-hand combat. You know, a lot has been said that, you know, he's useless without the shield. I mean, that's been said, you know, and by comic book villains, but he's very hands in his feet.
Right. Okay. What would you grade the beta so far?
Graded like a B.
Okay.
a strong solid B. I
Strong
mean,
B, okay.
I think when the game comes out, it's gonna be divisive, probably. I mean,
Right.
likely, but as long as it tells a good story and everything, you got Spider-Man exclusive to the PS4 version.
Right.
Yeah. I want to play that, so we'll just see. I mean, this is a game that you don't really know how it's going to end up. I mean, you can have like a good, a bad beta, and then like the game is just awesome.
Right. We've
Beta,
seen that before.
yeah, and the thing is, it's just like with a movie. You can have a bad rough cut, and then things just come together.
True. Very true. All right, cool. All right, so movie news. The big most prominent news, I guess, is the fact that Ben Affleck is returning to Batman.
That's good.
I kind of figured I figured that was going to happen at Fandome.
I thought they would have saved that for Fandom, but hey, I mean,
I'm good. He's going to be in The Flash with Michael Keaton, so that's amazing.
They have the part his role is going to be.
I mean, I'm wondering if
they haven't really.
No, they haven't, and so I'm curious to see, is he pre-Flashpoint, post-Flashpoint? So I'm all I know is I'm excited. I'm excited to have Affleck back as Batman. Because so I was at work and I put on Justice League on my iPad, and that really isn't a good movie.
No,
it has great parts to it.
Yeah, the parts are better than the sum, and the thing is, like I said, I like the the allusion to the Hall of Justice. I like
I mean, pretty much anything with any scene where Affleck was like really being either Bruce Wayne or Batman, I love it.
He was really like the best thing about that movie.
Him and
Momoa.
You know what? Here's the thing: it's a wonderfully cast film.
It's just a badly
executed film. And
of course, we know what happened. So allegations are coming out, about Joss Whedon's tenure on that movie, saying that like he was abusive and whatnot. So now they're going to start investigating.
Yeah. So apparently, Joss Whedon, Geoff Johns, and John Berg all kind of like apparently Geoff and John stood behind Whedon and propped him up, let him do everything. Geoff Johns apparently wanted Snyder out when he took over. So that was all Geoff Johns. Apparently allegations are that he threatened Ray Fisher in his career, because this is Fisher's first film. Yeah. So
he does very well in True Detective, though.
Oh, is he in True Detective?
Yeah, the latest.
Yeah, he does. But Warner Brothers is investigating because this was taking place during the AT&T WB merger.
That's right.
So from what I've read because I've only read Ray Fisher's side, because Geoff Johns and Joss haven't really said much. They kind of took advantage of the merger to take advantage of the movie. Now that being said, that they are taking it seriously, because a few more people have come out. Friend of the show.
Yeah, James Marsters. Yeah, he had him in the fetal position.
He what?
He had him in the fetal position. Saying like, I guess he was kind of pissed off that Spike had the popularity that he did.
And I read an article. So the least favorite Buffy season is season 6. Like that was the one
dark season, right?
Huh?
Like the dark season, right?
That was the dark season where like Buffy kind of loses her power, and like Spike like doesn't rape her but comes close to raping her. And even Sarah Michelle Gellar said that's her like least favorite season. Well, Joss Whedon came out and said that was my favorite season, and you're like,
oh man. Yeah, and listen. I've met Joss Whedon several times. I've met Geoff Johns before, twice.
Right.
I mean, and if you really follow Geoff Johns, he comes across as like this humble guy, just aw shucks, happy to be where he is. And then, Joss Whedon is like, he comes across as, this guy who just wants to write and, direct and create and whatnot. And he talked about how Roseanne could be. I remember some articles like in writing classes where he talked about like how Roseanne could be so moody and all this kind of stuff. Well, your behavior is like hers.
Yeah, and so it's like, so I mean, I'm holding all reservations until this is all figured out. However, I mean,
well, Geoff Johns got fired anyway, though, right? I mean, didn't he get demoted or something like that?
He got demoted, yeah, because of how poorly he's handled the whole DC universe. So,
and the thing, maybe he just may need to stick to comics.
And that's what I'm thinking too, because he's doing great with Stargirl.
Yeah, I mean, or just give him just that one show, like something that he created.
Right. I mean, but you can't say that either because he did one of the best Green Lantern runs ever, and he bombed on the movie. So.
And I was kind of hoping that he could do some wonders with Flash too, but I mean, hey, we'll never see that. And right. I was telling people before that he should have been the Kevin Feige for the DCEU.
He was supposed to be. We talked about that 3 years ago when he got promoted. He was supposed to be the Kevin Feige. But Kevin Feige, the reason why he has done so well is
because he paid his due.
Huh?
He was on Marvel. He was on Marvel films back here, I want to say Blade and X-Men.
None of that, but he was with Richard Donner.
Well, I'm saying like Kevin Feige. I mean, Kevin Feige was a young exec with Marvel,
right?
And so he has that film experience. But
Geoff Johns was with Donner. That's right.
Geoff Johns was more of an assistant.
But I mean, but I got those two confused because what Kevin Feige does is before they film any movie, they watch that Superman movie. It's to show how, because Superman the movie is like the prototype.
Yeah, it is. It's that movie that shows you how to properly adapt. A movie.
That third act. That third act still bothers me.
Yeah.
Like the first, Superman the movie, the first two acts are like damn near flawless, and then that third act just kind of falls apart. But then it falls apart into Superman 2, which brings it back up. So I don't know. It's weird, but yeah. So
it's not 3 4.
No. All right. So got that DC. A lot of people got laid off after with the AT&T trying to figure out what to do with it.
Take up.
Jim Lee did say that all the DC shows that were on a DC universe, i.e. Doom Patrol, Harley Quinn, Titans, will be moving to HBO Max.
Here's the thing.
They're keeping DC Universe.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think it's going to end.
It is. They've stopped the whole annual subscription.
I do think eventually it's going to end just because, they're moving. Are they taking them off DC Universe or just?
I don't know. They haven't said.
One thing I do like about DC Universe, you got the comic book stuff on there.
Yeah.
And the thing is, eventually it's going to have to just merge or one of them is going to have to leave,
I like DC Universe for all the shows, all the movies. Like you have a really great product there. It's just I don't think they knew what to do with it. And then when AT&T
because the thing is,
merged,
it's not DC Plus. Disney Plus.
Exactly.
You have Marvel as well as the Disney stuff.
And so DC Universe was very much more niche. And I get that. But then Disney Plus is amazing because you have so much on there. But it sucks. But I like DC Universe because they do have some really good stuff on there.
Yeah, they do.
All right. So let's see here. Speaking of Disney Plus, Jason, are you willing to spend $30 to watch a movie on Disney Plus?
Depends on what it is. If it's Mulan, fuck no. The thing is, I'll just watch the animated one.
Well, and here's my issue. And I've seen a bunch of friends of mine who have kids say that this is worth it. Because for me, if I go to the movies, it's $12. If they go to the movies, it's $50 plus. So I understand that. I get that.
Yeah.
Because depending on how many kids you have, if you have even if you have just 2, that's almost $50. Plus drinks, plus food, that's another $25, $30. So you're spending $75, $100.
Any kids to these days, Rob?
Huh?
I said, you better not be having any kids these days, Rob.
No, exactly. But you know, our buddy Tim was like, you know, it costs $75 to go to the movies. I'm like, well, $30 then is a deal.
Okay, Tim has what, 2 kids, girl and a boy?
He has 2 kids, but you've got drinks, you've got food, you've got, you know, or snacks. Like going to the movies is expensive. I have one friend, he and his wife, they got 4 kids between the 2 of them. He's like, if we go to the movies, it's $200.
That.
Well, I mean, think about it. It's like 20. It's like almost like $15 per person. Everyone wants their own drink. Everyone wants their own food or a snack.
I tell you what, do what you used to do in the old days, man.
Hide that shit in your pocket. Exactly.
Sneak that shit in. Hey.
Exactly. Dude. Ashley has a big old purse where she cut the lining like down the middle, and she'll stuff our drinks and snacks in there, and so she'll like open it up. Oh, it's great. It's great. Like it's like this like cut. It's like a cut down the middle. Like so, she's like, and then like we sit in, lights go down. Purse opens up. It's like Hermione's purse. She like, here's your drink. Here's your candy.
But see, that's the thing is, I would never eat. What my mom and I used to do is back in the day when we go to the movies, she'd make sure we eat before, so we wouldn't have to get snacks.
Exactly.
And then that's too. I mean, I just go to the movies. I want to see a movie, and I've been like this since I was, you know, probably a teenager. I mean, no need to get if you're not on a date or you just like didn't eat, you know, saw a movie on a whim. Okay. But if you know you're going
to a movie, you eat beforehand. Yeah. Same here. Same here.
Go to Walgreens, load up, and have at it, dude, and sneak that shit. Because it's too expensive, man, to go to the movies these days. And I see why a lot of people wait. You know, but even though you miss that theater experience, you know, you kind of have to think. I mean, movies are getting expensive, you know, and the thing is, you know, salaries and everything are not really increasing.
No, at all.
You know,
so
everything's going up except your salary. I mean,
and you know, the other thing is like, if I like a movie, I'm gonna buy it on DVD. So I'm not gonna spend $30 to watch a movie once if I'm gonna buy the movie for $30 and watch it again.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I'm not spending $60.
Playthrough?
Huh?
It's only for like what, one playthrough?
What?
Mulan, but spending the $30 damn.
Yeah, and the thing they might try that for Black Widow, but they don't know yet.
This virus here is going to go on for a while. So
well, and I don't know what they're doing. AMC did their like 15-cent day. Tenet got in September. I'm like, I don't.
Okay, well here's what's going to be done. I know that they're supposed to be reopening. You know, it's the time for New Mutants.
Yeah, they're supposed to be opening for New Mutants. I want to see New Mutants. I really want to watch it badly.
Me too.
Man, we've literally been talking about that movie since we started this podcast.
Well, let me see. 2016.
Yep.
You know what? We've been talking about that movie since its inception. Yeah, I mean, and they made it. And the thing is, I'm just wondering why they didn't release it last year.
Because of the merger. Because Fox didn't want to release it, and if it was bad, hurt the merging with Disney. And then Disney saw the movie and like, yeah, this is a great film. Why didn't y'all release it? So, which once again shows Fox doesn't know how to handle mutants.
Well, it's like this. Well, they don't have to worry about that anymore because it's not going to be their problem because Kevin Feige is going to do it right. True.
And Kevin Feige likes the movie. So, you know, there we go. All right.
Well, with New Mutants, there's one more thought. I hope you can find a way to integrate that cast into the MCU.
That's what I'm hoping. I think this, you know what, honestly, I think if they do it right, this would be a great way to introduce mutants into the MCU.
Yeah, and follow through on the plans that they had because they were going to have an X-Men crossover and whatnot. But even though the X-Men aren't established, you can still have, you know, allude to them and, you know, make reference to them.
J.C. Chandler is directing Kraven the Hunter, and Olivia Wilde is directing Spider-based
movie.
A Spider-based movie.
Did they say?
They said it's a Spider movie
maybe
with a female.
Maybe Spider-Gwen?
I mean, I think after Booksmart, I think she could easily handle Spider-Gwen.
I easily think she can do Silver and Black too. Two women.
Olivia
Buddy.
Wilde is a fantastic director, and anyone that she does would be great. But I think she's gonna do Spider-Woman just because I think she'd really get that sarcastic, smartass tone down.
That's true, and she nailed the teen genre. And Booksmart is a very underappreciated movie.
Booksmart was great. I agree. And then we do have Animaniacs. We saw the first looks of them, and they didn't touch anything.
It different. It's like stepping out of 1993.
Exactly. Thundercats, both the original and the reboot, are both on Hulu now.
Hey, I like that.
I loved the reboot. Loved it. So good. Now we did get okay, so Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Pretty much you are playing as a Suicide Squad, and you have to capture or kill the Justice League. However, you cannot kill Superman, Wonder Woman,
or Batman,
or the Flash. But you can kill any of the other members, and it's like Green Lantern, which I think is supposed to be Kyle Rayner, and then Cyborg. So, but you have the option to either kill them or capture them. So
this is from Rocksteady, correct?
Huh?
This is from Rocksteady, correct?
Yep.
Well, I heard they're coming out with a new Batman game, and it's supposed to be Court of Owls. So.
And I've heard that too.
And while we're on video games, we've reported, had some disturbing news that we've read. Two prominent video game companies, not Rockstar, but Rocksteady and Ubisoft. And from female employees, and I think you know where we're going with this.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know what it is. In video games have always been a boys' club. Let's just get it out of the way. From its inception to now, I mean, even though you have a lot more females, coming to the forefront, being fans and whatnot, and getting involved in the tournaments and being, involved in the companies, it's still a male-dominated industry. And you had a female, with Rocksteady claiming that, she was, harassed, and, they had like the foul language, guys talking about, a female employee in a sexual way, in a vulgar way. And it's just kind of like, in the wake of this Me Too movement, you guys need to stop.
Well, and there, man, what did I read? I'm trying to think of, I read an article, and it was pretty much saying that the higher the IQ of a male gamer, the more like the more inclusive he is. He's like, you want to play a game? Yeah, jump on, let's do this. The lower the IQ of the male gamer,
he's a Neanderthal.
Exactly. And so,
well, I shouldn't be laughing.
Exactly. So it's one of those things where it's, and we see this with ComicGate. Ethan Van Siever is still bitching about Captain Marvel and Last Jedi,
and he and Tim got into it.
Dude, he and Tim constantly get into it. It's hilarious. Because Tim's like you're a mayonnaise pasty white Nazi, and you're like, I hate the fact that it's like, I loved his artwork, but then you get to read, and you're like, oh, like him, Art Thibert,
and what's his name, Chuck Dixon.
Oh, dude, that Gail Simone was like, Chuck, what happened to you?
Yeah, I mean, I loved his run on Nightwing, his G.I. Joe run. I'm just like, oh boy.
Yeah,
but
like, man.
Didn't Ethan Van Siever, didn't he get fired from DC? Blackball?
Yep.
Stupid.
Yeah, so now he's kind of surviving off his, Kickstarter, like Cyberfrog, but I think he's like published like 1 or 2 comics. Dude, like the artists that they have over there are just, it's so bad. Like his little imprint is just early 90s like high school artwork. It's just, every artist there just cannot draw. They don't have perspective. They don't have anatomy lessons. It's pretty pathetic.
Well, I'm not contributing any money to him.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Finally, we do have DC Fandome. We'll end this on a high note. DC Fandome.
When is Saturday?
It's actually 2 days now. They've split it up for some reason. Saturday and I think a Saturday in September. I don't know what they're doing with this.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get more clarification on the games. I know a teaser trailer for the Snyder Cut.
Yes, we're gonna get that. Wonder Woman 84. I think we'll get a new trailer. All the CW shows. No, I'm sorry. I think it's gonna be only The Flash, Supergirl, and maybe Superman Lois Lane. And then the rest will be pushed off to September. And then we've got the video games, comic books, where they're going. The Batman Beyond. There's going to be a news article about Batman Beyond happening this weekend. So
I guess maybe we'll get like a new series or a short. I like that 1 minute short where they had to, face off against those robotic Batmans.
I didn't see that.
Short. Yeah,
Really?
I sent it. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Let's check it out.
Look at YouTube. Yeah.
And then, so my only fear, and I think DC will do better than maybe Comic-Con, but San Diego Comic-Con at home was kind of a bust.
Well, look, you cannot recreate the atmosphere.
You can't.
As a person, as a person who's been going for like the past 14 years, 15 years,
right?
You just can't. I mean, there's something about being in that Hall H and being surprised, being the excitement, the atmosphere, and you've been too. So I mean, you know what I'm talking about. But Comic-Con, unless they were going to show like a trailer, or something like that, I mean, really, there was nothing they could have done. I mean, I guess they were trying their best to salvage.
They did the best they could, and I applaud them. I 100% applaud San Diego for what they did. I will say, I think that what they could learn from this is maybe record the panels and put them up later on.
Yeah.
Because I did love the fact that I'm like, I want to watch, the what we do in the Shadows panel. All right, let me watch it. I didn't have to wait in line to maybe get into a panel.
Yeah.
And because there's times where, you and I we're chill at the Hilton going, can I do that panel?
But don't want to wait in line.
I don't want to wait. You're like, I don't want to wait for 3 hours. When?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've always said you should have people sign up for panels. Okay, when everything is done with the tickets and stuff like that, that little broken ass system that they do for passes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Have it to where people get to sign up for panels.
I agree with that.
And then you cap it off. Because that way people don't, have to sacrifice sleep and whatnot, just to see a damn panel. Because it's not worth it. It's something you're going to see in 6 months to a year, I guess.
Exactly. God, I mean, dude, how many? Because what was it? I got there. I actually remember it sucked. I hated. I missed out on the. There was a Todd McFarlane, Scotty Young's signature session, and I got there at 8:00, and by the time I got in, they're like, "Oh yeah, they're all out." I'm like, well, what happened? Like all the vendors got here first because the vendors can get in, in early, and then the vendors all got all the tickets. I'm like, well, that's shitty.
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing is, I mean, have people sign up for panels, and then, if a panel is not filled to capacity, then you can come in.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd be down for that.
That's how I've met so many of the celebrities, because the voice actors. I mean, I met them because the voice acting panels. Those are my favorite to go to because you can meet the voice actors right after.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. All right. I mean, that's it. Next episode we'll do DC Fandome. Hopefully we'll have some action figures to review because we've got Master of the Universe Origins that are out now. I'm trying to find some. I got the Voltron Super 7, and then we'll have our Back to the Future Or actually, that comes out in September. That got pushed back. Our Back to the Future figures got pushed back to September, which sucks.
Yeah, let me see. I got the G.I. Joe declassified Snake Eyes.
I got Snake Eyes and Scarlet.
Yep, I was gonna get those. I pre-ordered them, so got mine this past Sunday actually.
Snake Eyes is absolutely fantastic. The G.I. Joe declassified figures are awesome. I still need to get Duke and Roadblock.
You know, it's almost kind of like if you didn't pre-order, you're shit out of luck.
You can find them on Amazon, but Storm Shadow is really hard to find.
Of course, and he's going to be super expensive.
Yep.
But I did Kobe Bryant.
What?
I got a Kobe Bryant edition of NBA 2K21.
Oh, nice. Dude, someone on eBay has the Baroness for $13,000. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I wonder what sucker is going to pay that much.
An idiot with way too much money.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Well, yeah, that's really about it, man. So that's episode 46. We try to keep it nice and short. We'll be back we'll be back pretty soon because of DC Fandome. But as always, be good, wash your hands, wear a mask. And as always, I'm your coach, Mike Bayhart, and with me is
Jason Elliott. Wear a mask, 6 feet away from each other. No large gatherings, not even small gatherings, but just take it one day at a time.
Be smart, people. All right. With that, we will see you in the funny papers.
Later.